The whole world belongs to black people.
Don't you believe that the black and white can live side by side in harmony?
If I said yes, that don't make it right because they can't. I was in Milwaukee just meddling the other day. Didn't nobody see me. And I saw white people, white babies, white girls, and they just was jeering and they hate and they just evil as they can be, coming to kill and shoot and throw bricks at Negroes.
You're talking
and this is as a whole.
But you're talking in particulars when you must talk in general.
Why is it you don't, your whole conversation now is to keep Negroes with you. Why you don't want us to leave you?
Well, because in my estimation, Negro people are every bit as good as white people.
As good as white
right.
people.
They're all the same. They're all God's people.
We're not saying we're not all God's people, because if whites was God's people, they wouldn't treat us like they do.
Hey, Cassius, you're talking.
I'm not Cassius. You still calling me. I can't get in with you.
Mohammed, you're talking in
I'm not the white
particulars
man.
when you have to talk in generalities.
So you want to keep calling me a white man's name. I'm not white. I don't want to be called after your name no more. I'm not no slave. I'm Muhammad Ali.
Israel and the Mossad used Charlie's death to distract us from the fact that they just made a law banning the boycott against Israel. We're owned by Israel. Wake the fuck up. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're not the real Jews. Now we're enslaved. That is it. Welcome to tribulations. Israel and the Mossad.
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail. That's the way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection, or something. Just kill them. Something. Just kill them.
I cannot believe that we just witnessed Brian Kilmeade call for the execution of American citizens because they are homeless. Because they're homeless or have a mental health issue. Instead of getting help, he says just kill them. Just kill them is his words in front of millions of people. They are pushing for chaos like you've never seen. It's being done through the powers that be, right in front of your face. And all the stuff that's going down around us is manufactured and made to push buttons. Do not fall for it. I'm going to be dropping an upcoming video where this is all going. This says it all. This guy should lose his job, and they should be protested, and so much more. He just called for our American people to be killed. Does anybody care?
Do y'all see what's going on with the crop fields all over the country? By the way, all of those are oranges, y'all. This is in South Jersey. But do y'all see what's going on? I'm not here to scare anybody or push fear content, but family, food is about to soar once again. Why? Well, y'all if you haven't heard, currently there's a whole bunch of videos of ICE agents going around and just raiding random places, y'all. And the fields for harvesting food has been one of the biggest ones, and now we're in September and you guys can clearly see what's happening. Look at this entire strawberry field in Tampa just completely rotten. Yo, I'm in Florida and I didn't even notice, like, Tampa's literally my neighbor. I had no idea. Is really in that F around and find out stage now because they thought Donald Trump was going to help them and make everything cheaper and bring gas down and all this type of stuff, but it's the complete opposite. I said he is here to just dismantle this entire false corporation.
We're here. We are here at the FAFO stage. This is really bad. And if you appreciate my content, please engage with this video. I'm just going to read this to you. Multiple Texas farms shut down after almost 100% of workforce vanishes overnight. In a stunningly swift overnight change, some Texas farm operations had to shut down after losing virtually all of their workforce. An exodus triggered by the increase in immigration raids and increased enforcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you when it comes to food, make sure you are stocked up because something big is about to happen with the food. Remember, it started with the porch and everything, y'all. So y'all see it, don't act like y'all don't know, okay? But yeah, did y'all hear about this? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all.
Of course we'll let you in.
My maternal grandmother was born in Haifa because after the Armenian genocide, the stories that my grandmother told my mother about how the Palestinian Muslims treated Armenian refugees, who were obviously overwhelmingly Christian, was incredible. They were welcoming.
As Jews moved to Palestine, Palestinians were welcoming them because they saw the Jewish people coming in as brothers and sisters escaping persecution.
To Zionists here and everywhere.
These people came on ships holding up signs about World War II saying, please, we're refugees, let us into your home. And the Palestinians opened their doors to them. This is the story of Muhammad Hadid and Bella Hadid. Yeah, the model, Gigi Hadid. His mother had just given birth. They allowed these refugees, these Polish refugees, to live in their homes as refugees because they wanted to help them following a world war.
We let you into our homes when your own countries tried to murder you, and everyone else turned you away. We fed you, and we clothed you, we gave you shelter, and we shared from the bounty of our land with you.
And then one day,
and when the time was right,
Palestinians who were letting Jewish Europeans live in their homes come home and they find the locks changed. And they were like, wait, why can't I get into my home? And then the family, the Israeli family on the inside just simply wouldn't open the door, wouldn't talk to them, wouldn't let them in.
They came back to their houses and the doors were locked. They came home, the doors were locked, and guns were being held, and they were told, leave right now, or some soldiers are going to come murder you.
You kicked us out of our homes and homeland. Then you killed and robbed and burned and looted our lives.
Do you guys understand? Just go through that in your head.
And so, in the mind of the Palestinian, this was just an upending of, wait a minute, we welcome you in, we put you in our house, we fed you, and then the first opportunity you had, you stole our home from us. They couldn't reconcile this.
You carved out our hearts because it is clear that you do not know how to live in the world without dominating others. But the world is finally glimpsing the terror we have endured at your hands for so long, and they are seeing the reality of who you are.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to elders, those that came before me, and salutations to the election, 144,000. House of David, those that are confessing and believing and defending the New Covenant, the New Testament, the Gospels. And as you can see, man, these those videos I use, the devil is being exposed and being revealed and being rebuked and being called out, and that's what we're doing. Lord's using our mouth, he's using our heart, our mind, which we have the same heart and we have the same mind of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And the voice of the Lord, his spirit, his mouth is his weapon. We're his battle axe, weapons of war. It goes a sharp sword. So out of our mouth's going a sharp sword. And Lord said we're gonna fire's gonna come out of our mouth and it's gonna burn up these people, these wicked people. They're gonna be wood. So these Edomites, these Amalekites, they're the old serpent, they're the dragon that the Bible speaks of. And when you take a serpent, when you take a snake into your house, you can't be mad at the serpent, because that's what a serpent does. A serpent bites you. A serpent swallows you up. It eats you up. It consumes you. It takes everything. It poisons you. And that's going into their sorcery, right? The pharmakia, the mark of the beast. But going into this topic, it's heavy, man. They control the media, and they know how to work on people's minds. So they make people feel so bad for them, like so emotional, like, oh my God, yeah, we're coming from Poland and Germany, and oh, please don't let us down our hope. That's what they put on their ships when they went into Palestine. And those Palestinians, right, being ignorant of who they are and what they are, the devil the Bible speaks of, they allowed them into their homes. And when they allowed them into their homes, eventually what happened? They kicked them out of their homes. They changed their locks. And they said, get out of here, we're going to shoot you and murder you. You know what I'm saying? So their riches, all the riches that the Edomites have gone is from deceit, is from murder, is from bloodshed, is from stealing, is from stealth. You know what I'm saying? And they're not to be trusted by any means. If they say that an apple is an orange, don't believe it. If they say a blueberry is a blueberry, whatever they say that comes out of their mouth, do not believe it by any means. Because they're a liar. The truth is not in them. All right. So this is Job 30:1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. You see that? So this is Job's present state is humiliating. And this is like with us, our present state is humiliating because we are the regal, we are the true rulers and kings and priests and governors of this world. But, you know, as you can see, you know, we're on the bottom of the bottom. You know, I'm about to put this other video in this lesson too, where this guy was breaking down the America wealth discrepancy, how it's all messed up. You know, you have all these Edomites, Elon Musk, Trump, they have all the billions of dollars, and then you have the everyday Joe, right? The Israelites and majority of the people, they barely have a grain of rice, and they're trying to blame everything on those that barely have a grain of rice. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy. Like the immigration problem and this problem, that problem. When it all stems from Esau being in rulership, they're destroying the earth. You saw in the other video, they're taking up so many people that work the fields, right? To gather the crops, to gather the fruits, right? That a lot of the crops are just being spoiled and rotten and wasted. So, you know, they think they're wise, they think they're smart, but really everything that they're doing is going to backfire on them. There's no more wisdom in Esau. And all you Israelites that know you're Israelites, or you disregard that you're Israelites, and you hate your heritage and your identity, whatever, all y'all, man and woman, old and young, that join hand in hand with these Edomites and these heathens, and you sold out or whatever, you know, you made covenants with them, you made marriages, children, you know, offspring, whatever, you know, you're not going to go unpunished either, you know. So it's heavy too, because you have this this other refugee ship leave like Libya or one of those Africa countries, and they were trying to go to Greece, right? And then you saw them Grecians, them Edomites, they went to the water and they were pushing the ship away. See, so when it came to the Edomites and Amalekites coming by ship to Palestine, and they were coming from a hardship, from persecution and this and the third in their country, they allowed them in, you know. But then when the roles are switched, when melanated people are trying to come to Esau's land for refuge and for safety and for help, they send them the way. They send ICE. They murder them. They kill them. They you know what I'm saying? So it's more than time for the Edomites to get a dose of their own medicine, man. You know? So all this was prophecy, man. All this was prophecy, and all this was being built up to this very time that we're in now. So I put in Google, I put Jewish people chased out of nations, right? And it says, yes, Jewish communities, which we know that they are what? They're Amalekites. They're Jews, they're not Jews. They're not the children of God. You know, just like that other scene, you know, that Edomite was disputing and arguing with Muhammad Ali. He's like, oh, we're all children of God. We're all humans. Like, no, we're not. You know, these Edomites are inhumane. They force the mark of the beast on you, and they say, oh, you can't work here anymore. We'll fire you. Oh, you can't buy or sell here because you don't have this. You're not wearing a mask. They want to rape you. They want to push this sorcery down your throat. You know what I'm saying? So it says, yes, Jewish communities have been expelled, exiled, or forced to flee from many countries throughout history. See, the Amalekites, man, they've been chased out of the world. They've been chased out of nations. All right. All right, Job 30:5, it says, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, right? Because that's what they are. They're a thief. They're robbers. They rob you of your life. They take your life. They rob you of your house. They'll take your house. They'll take whatever they can put their slimy hands on, right? And this is why the Lord said, cast your treasures in heaven on earth, because that's where they can take it. You know, it says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and the caves of the earth and in the rocks. It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. You see that? So this is what the Lord said in Daniel. He takes the basis of men, right? He takes the basis of men, and he makes them, he causes them to what? To rule the earth, to be on top. So now what the Lord's going to do, he's going to take the basis of the world in this current time, which the Israelites, we are the basis, we're the lowest of the lows because of the oppression, the systemic, gaslighting and manipulation of the society, this world, to keep the Israelite man down, away from their power. But when it comes to you selling your soul, or, being an entertainer or whatever, you can succeed, but you have to sign contracts, and you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't give back to your people. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy. So it said, among the bushes they brayed. Let's get the word for braid. It's the Hebrew word nahak. It means to cry out, right? That's what they always do. They have crocodile's tears, right? Though Esau sought it carefully with tears, he seeks repentance, he seeks forgiveness, right? They're always emotional and crying, and a lot of people, they have a soft spot for Esau. Okay, serpent, okay, devil, come here, I'll love you. And then once you love them, once you help them, they stab you in the back. Right? To bray, use of an ass when hungry, of wretched and famished persons. Right, and that's what Esau ultimately is. They're wretched and they're famished, man. Even though they have they have control of the world, they're still famished. They don't have a soul, man. They don't have the spirit. They don't have the Lord. All right. So let's keep reading here. It says, they were expelled, exiled, or forced to flee from many countries throughout history, including, right, Spain, 1492, England, 1290, Portugal, 1497, and many Arab countries following the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, and Iran after 1979 Islamic Revolution, right? So this explains the whole World War II and Hitler and Germany and them wanting to get rid of these Amalekites, because they really twist history, because like these Amalekites, they've been pushing pornography and fornication and transgenderism, pedophilia from their conception. They're just a vile, disgusting nation, man. They're so disgusting, man, that they have to blackmail and take our identity as Jews, but they're not us. That's how disgraceful they are. And that's why the Lord said he hates them. And he's got a war with Amalek forever. He's going to cut them off forever. And a lot of people don't want to talk about this, because just like that other video I put in this lesson, you have laws being passed where you can't boycott Israel, you can't speak against them, or you're going to have a $2 million fine, you're going to be thrown in jail for 40 years. Like this, because the truth is coming out, and the truth is going to destroy them. The Spirit of the Lord said in Thessalonians, right? How he shall destroy him with the devil and the dragon, the evil, the wicked, with the brightness of his coming, the spirit of his mouth. You see, so that's what they're trying to shut up. That's what they're trying to stop, right? All right, Germany, 1930s, the rise of Nazism led to widespread persecution, disenfranchisement, and a mass immigration of Jews from Germany before and during World War II. Right, so let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 12:10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? Never trust your enemy. Never trust them. When they try to act like they're your friend, they're not. All right? It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yea, take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, see what happened to the Palestinians? Now look at them now. Now look at their land now. It says, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith, right? Pricked, the mark of the beast. Who will pity a charmer that has been with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And that's what these Edomites are. They're wild beasts. You know, they're disgusting, man. They don't wipe they don't wipe themselves after they go to the bathroom. A lot of them don't even take showers. They had to be taught how to bathe by the Moors, the Israelites, during the Holy Roman Empire. You know, so on and so forth. You see. So it says, set him not by thee. Let's go to Psalms chapter 1. Right? You are the company that you keep, right? And a lot of our people, they still have that civil rights mentality, coon mentality, where, oh, I have a dream that black and white people can hold hands. And no one's black and no one's white. Those are just crayons. More lies. But case in point, you know, they want, oh yeah, let's just live in harmony and be at peace with each other. Like, no, that's not how God created Jacob and Esau. Read the scripture, read the Bible. Psalms 1 and verse 1. Blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. See? So the Lord talked about not to be like them. Don't be like them. Don't desire what they want. Don't so on and so forth. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. So that's what we're in. We're in God's law. We're in his word. You know, we're in this world, but we're not of the world. You know, a lot of people, they're just overtaken by the wine of Babylon and Esau's fornication. And they want to be like the dragon. They want to be like the serpent. They want to be like the devil. They don't want to be like the Lord, the Most High, and his Son. You see? So this is Isaiah 5 and verse 8. It says, woes for the wicked. It says, woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. It says, in mine ears, said the Lord of hosts, of a truth, many houses shall be desolate, even great and fair, without inhabitant. Yeah, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield one bath, and the seed of an homer shall yield an ephah. So basically what the Lord is saying here is, like, the ground is not giving forth its blessing. It's not flourishing, because the wicked are like a green bay tree. They're spreading themselves out across the world. And what do? They bring diseases. They bring pestilence. They bring plagues. They bring uncleanliness. They bring sin. They're the men of perdition. All right. So this is Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. It says, he that loveth the folly of riches, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. See, that's why this devil can never be satisfied. He can never just be content with what he has, because he doesn't have a righteous spirit. He doesn't have, they're not upright. Like it says in Habakkuk 2. So by them being so demonic, they want to enslave the whole world. They want to kill everybody off. They want to be the only ones left in the world. They want to inherit the earth. The Lord is not going to allow this for much longer. It says, nor he that loveth abundance with increase, this is also vanity, right? And that's what they all care about. All they care about is more and more and more and more. And these devils, man, in the 2/3, you have the same spirit of these devils, that you're of your father, the devil. But it's like you can have millions and millions of dollars, but that's still not enough. And then you look at the poor man, he has one little piece of possession or value, and you want that. Oh, I'm gonna kill him and take his little piece of land because I want it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the lowly, the poor, the meek, we're crying out against these evil wickedness. You know, Lord said, keep not silence, hold back not your sword from blood. You see? It says, Sirach 10:3, an unwise king destroyeth his people. That's what this Edomites are. They have no wisdom. There's no more wisdom in Esau. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited, right? And we are the ones that have the prudence, which that word prudence is a quality of being cautious, right? Wisdom, right? We're cautious of what we say. We're cautious of what we do. We're cautious of what we do to others. You know, the golden rule, do to others as you would want to be done to you. But you have to understand that what's happening now is that judgment is rising. He's raising us up as a judge to judge Mount of Esau, to judge the 2/3, to judge the wicked. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And that one that's profitable is going to set out over in due time is Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 that have the Father's name written on their forehead. Alright? Ecclesiastes 5:9. Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. But see, these unwise Edomite kings, look at what they're doing. They're destroying the fields. They're destroying the farmers. They're destroying their own nation. They're destroying other nations. They're destroying their allies, the tariffs. So the beast shall hate the whore. They're breaking covenants. They're breaking peace treaties. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy. It is all happening right now, man. They're being exposed on a high level. Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by Allah? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. You see that? So I put in this video too that Edomite news guy. It was a coon, a 2/3, the Edomite woman, and an Edomite man, right? News people talking. And like, yeah, we should just kill the homeless people. Like, it's crazy, man. But see, what's gonna happen is, like we said earlier in the last video, the same pit that they're digging for the lowly, the poor, the meek of the earth, those that are struggling but are righteous, and haven't sold their soul, haven't done wickedness, these devils, these dragons, these serpents, these wicked people that have more than heart could wish, have millions and trillions of dollars, have land, have this, blah, 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 they're going to fall into that pit that they're digging for the righteous. They're going to go into slavery. They're going to be all killed. They're going to go into misery. The curse is going to come upon them. You see? Verse 23, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord our power shall cut them off. So that's what Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the God of Israel that we worship, that's what he's doing for us. He's going to cut them off. Lord said, wait for him till he rises up for the prey. So we're waiting for the Lord to rise up for the prey. The predator is to become the prey, which is Esau. Esau is a predator. He's a predator when it comes to the innocence and sexually. He's a predator. All right. And also a predator, just like that movie, that disgusting alien from that movie. That's Esau, you know? And that's what the 2/3 they turn into when they want to be like him, when they want to be accepted in his society like him. Oh, I pay all my bills on time. Oh, yeah, you're a good NPC. You're a good NPC slave robot. Good for you. You are not in the spirit of the Lord. that does not give you any cool points. I remember being around people like that, man. They had that mindset, and the Lord had to cut them off and get them out of my circle, man. Get them away from me, man, because they're proud and arrogant, just like who they worship, just like who they're joined hand in hand with, and that they're a part of their house. That's your family. Stay on that side, because we're on the right side. We're on the Lord's side. Second Ezra 6:58 says, but I'll start verse 57. You know what 56 says? You know what 55? All right, Genesis 1:1. Nah. 2nd Ezra 6 and 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made us the world for our sake. See, so the world was made for our sakes. It was made for us. So Ali, in that introduction video, he said, oh, the world was made for black people. He's right. You know, he was right about that. But see, that's the thing. We're not black. You cannot. This is why us speaking the truth through and through is so impactful and so heavy and so important these last days. Don't care about the subscribers and the likes and the view count. That don't matter. That what matters is that we push this spirit out, this word out. We prophesy to the wind. We speak it just like God said in the beginning. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. He spoke the word, and everything was made. Did he have 1 million followers and 1 million subscribers and likes? No. That's why the Lord said in John 1:1, John the 1st chapter, the world was made by him, but the world did not know him. You see, heavy. Just how now the world being destroyed and ended by the Lord's word, he is Alpha and the Omega, it's not going to know the elect. It's not going to know the truth. It's not going to know the new song. It's not going to, the light shine in darkness, and the darkness do not comprehend the light. So it says, as for the other people which also came at Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? You see that? How long shall this go on for? All this misery and hell and evil and darkness and corruption. You see? So the Lord said the triumph from the wicked is shortened but for a moment. So this moment is going to pass, man. We just have to hang on and stay strong and stay the course, man, because we're on the right path. We're on the right road. You know? Don't, matter of fact, there's a precept. Don't, the incredulity. Let's get this in Ezra's as well. Don't let the unbelievers trouble you, and the unfaithful and the wicked trouble you. You know, this will trouble you, man. 2nd Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Which that's the whole world. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You see that? So, at a beck, the Lord, he's going to take down this world. That's in Maccabees. Nothing is too hard for the Lord. And what we desire, the Lord desires it way more. It's our Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. And that's what we want. The Lord said in Wisdom of Psalm, if ye judges, ye kings, if your delight be in thrones and scepters, then desire wisdom. Because that's what wisdom's going to do. Wisdom's going to guide you and direct you into the kingdom. So 2nd Maccabee 8 and verse 16 says, So Maccabeus called his men together unto the number of 6,000, and exhorted them not to be stricken with terror of the enemy, nor to fear the great multitude of the heathen, right? They have more money than us, they have more devices and weaponry and this, that, and the third, right? Who came wrongly against them, but to fight manfully. Same thing Lord's telling us now. And to set before their eyes the injury that they had unjustly done to the holy place, and the cruel handling of the city, whereof they made a mockery, and also the taking away of the government of their forefathers. For they, said he, trust in their weapons and boldness, but our confidence is in the Almighty, who at a beck can cast down both them that come against us, and also all the world. All praises, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Baharakah Kodash, Abba, repent. The kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of the Israelites, is at hand nigh. Shalom.